everybody. It's a stunning day. The sun is shining, and I've got a special Christmas video where I work on a Christmas craft project, I suppose, to try to make my house a little bit more festive for the holiday season. Things don't go quite as planned, so as you watch, see if you can guess, first of all, what I'm making, and secondly, see if you can spot where I make what is kind of an obvious and sort of embarrassing mistake. There were a few lessons learned along the way. First, I need to sharpen my chisels. Second, don't rush things. Third, possibly make a drawing, make a design and put it on paper rather than just having it live in my head. And the last lesson is that even when things don't go as planned, it can still be a very fun process. So it's Christmas Eve. I'm about to go into town for a walk. I might meet some friends later on for a bonfire in the local village. I'm having dinner, Christmas dinner tomorrow with some friends. And yeah, it's just a really nice season and I really do enjoy it. I love the sunshine around Christmas time in Portugal. Last year I was in Canada, and while I do love going home to visit my family, I don't love the cold. So there's something really lovely about having the sun shining on Christmas Eve, and I think it's going to shine again tomorrow as well. So have a watch of the video. I hope you enjoy this project. It is a little bit ridiculous, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'll see you again at the end of the video. So it's time to take a break from all the work on the land and in the garden, but it's super windy outside, so I'm hiding here in the polytunnel. I have my workbench set up outside with all the tools that I need to work on a secret craft project. And rather than walking you through it step by step, I'm just gonna get out there and do the work and see if you can guess what I'm making in the comments as I go. It involves what's in this little box. It involves what's in this box. And it involves these two pieces of wood. So I'm gonna just get started, and hopefully this all goes to plan, because the only design I've made exists in my head and it seems like it could work, but who knows until it's done. several hours of work, and this is all I have to show for it. I don't know what to say about that, but it has been very enjoyable. I know I could do this a lot more quickly without using joins or with using power tools, but any chance I get, I always love practicing using my chisel and my mallets and my little saws and making joins. It makes it way more fun for me, and I do like it, even though it takes forever. But what's making things way less fun is the fact that it's super windy outside and it's getting pretty cold. So I'm gonna switch focus and head down to the bottom terrace and finish up some yard work that I didn't get done a few days ago. Hopefully that'll warm me up. A bit of strimming, a bit of snipping, a bit of dragging branches around and stuff like that. But you saw plenty of that in my last video, so I'm just gonna say goodbye from today, and you'll see me tomorrow back in the carpentry, continuing to make my mystery thing. So I'll see you then. What's that noise? What's that noise? It's windy out here. Oh, it's definitely blustery and it's pretty chilly. So I'm gonna hide inside for a little while and tackle the carpentry just a little bit later when the sun starts to shine in that spot. So I was going to use this little piece, but I think it's too short for what I want, and I've rediscovered this. So I'm going to use this longer cylindrical piece of wood instead. So I can't believe it. I have made a huge mistake on this project. I actually can believe it because I have been rushing a little bit, and that's when I start to make mistakes. First off, I'm not crazy about the stain, but that's not that big of a deal. The really big deal and the fairly embarrassing mistake that I made is this. These two pieces are supposed to be flat at the bottom, not one upside down. So that's pretty silly. If you've been guessing what I've been making, maybe you can guess by now that it's a Christmas tree holder. So the post will go in the middle, and I'm going to tie some olive branches onto this thing. So I've designed a one-way rock and roll Christmas tree in this case. And you know what? I'm just gonna stick with it. It's gonna stay standing. It's gonna be fine. It's just quite ridiculous. It has some character. Next year perhaps I'll replace this piece. Or you know what? If this thing stays standing and works as a Christmas tree holder, I will just keep it like this because it's a reminder of how easily it is to make mistakes, especially when you're rushing, and perhaps it can be a conversation piece. So let's get the pole in here, and then we're gonna go harvest some olive branches from up top of an olive tree and make a faux Christmas tree out of olive branches. So, you know, I'm not massively proud of this mistake I made, but it is pretty hilarious. So I'm just gonna go with it. I think it'll work, it'll be fine. It's not the Christmas tree holder of my dreams, but it's not the Christmas tree holder of my nightmares either. So it's somewhere in between, and it'll do the trick, I think. Okay, so here's the tree part of this operation. Let's see if I can make this work. So I'm not entirely sure of my plan here. I'm thinking, I don't know, chop them all to the same height, maybe 2 or 3 branches, tie them on to the stick, and then give them a trim. So this could work. I see some potential here. I'm going to refine the foliage, give it a little trim, fluff it out a little bit, maybe add a few more branches in, and then I'm going to call it a tree, and I'm going to decorate it. So yeah, things are sort of going to plan, sort of not going to plan. Your guess is as good as mine about how this thing turns out. I'm going to just keep working away at this, try to make it into something resembling a Christmas tree shape. A little bit of tree trimming. There's a few baldy spots, but you know what? For the most part, I am going to call this thing a Christmas-like tree. Ah, it's so ridiculous. Okay, so in this box, I have some little lights that, let's see how does it work? Little lights. Turn on little lights. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to wrap the tree in a few of these little guys. And then my mom gave me these things. A variety of little clay Christmas ornaments. Little houses, little trees, and they're pretty cute. So I will stick these on as well. And when you next see this Christmas tree, it'll be in the corner of my house with the fire on, hanging out with the cats. So I'll see you very soon. So this little guy has officially taken over the cozy corner, but that's okay. He usually likes to sit on my chair, and that's way more inconvenient, so he can have this for now. The tree, ridiculous though the base is, has an element of rocking, but I kind of like it. A tree like no other tree. A rock and roll tree. Oops. Rock and rolled a little bit too much and an ornament fell off. I'm really happy with this, despite the weird base, and I think it looks really, really cool in this little corner. So I had grand plans of sitting in the chair, gazing into the fire and drinking my Baileys and ice, but alas, Mikey has other ideas. He can have the chair. Instead, I'm going to close out the video by saying thanks to everybody out there who watches my videos. It's really cool that there's people that seem to like what I'm doing, and I especially love communicating with people in the comments and seeing the same people pop up over and over again. So everybody that's a regular commenter out there, cheers, I really do enjoy that. And anyone out there who's watching my stuff, chime in sometime and say hello, but to you guys as well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'm really fortunate to be able to make videos and share what I'm doing here in Portugal. So I just want to say Merry Christmas if you celebrate, Happy Holidays, and thanks for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.